Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank each and every one of y'all for clicking on today's video. Well, today is another day of just pure D excitement on the farm. It is exciting for me, but check out the pond. It looks totally different than the solid green now. It's not solid green. The ducks is over there in the shade just enjoying it. Look at them. Need to check to see if we got any more turtles. I released some the other day. So anyways, as y'all know, we fixed the gate the other day, but we got to do some more work with it. And we have got the sheriff's office here at the property. I wonder what those guys are doing. How'd they get in here? That gate's locked. No, I'm just joking, guys. That's my buddy Ben. His truck broke down the other night here on the, as we was actually up here working on this gate. And luckily he got the vehicle stopped, but hey, he lost power steering and all that, and he had hay on the back. So he ended up pulling his truck here and he finally got it fixed. And he just literally took it back to his house, and the sheriff's gonna come pick him up. So that's the reason why his vehicle's here. He got off work and come over and to see if that part was going to actually fix it, and it did. So I'm assuming he'll come back and get his ride before he has to go back on duty tomorrow. So I would hope so. But hey, that's a pretty nice ride. I might trade him out for mine. I think I'd trade for that Tahoe. That thing's nice. But anyway, so what I'm doing here is the other night we come up here and welded it, and it's just a little too tight, so I'm gonna have to try to bend it around a little bit, and then I got to weld some more just to try to get it to where it won't fall. But yeah, this is kind of what it looks like. I went and got me another piece for my welder. Hopefully it works. You can kind of see where the truck actually grabbed it. We put a lot of WD-40 spray on there, so hopefully it works. Now with the gate, it was not opening all the way, then it started opening all the way, but I think the battery's dead, so we're going to charge the battery while we're down here. But I guess that's where I'm gonna show you the sponsor of today's video. Blue Eddy is the sponsor of the video. This is the Blue Eddy Apex 300. It's 3,840 watts and 2,764 watt hours. But so what we're going to do, like I said, we've worked with Blue Eddy before in the past, and like I said, they put out some great products, and we're glad we get to show this to y'all. I've already used it a little bit just to kind of test things out, so I'm going to show you some things as we do this. But anyways, before we get this all going, I'm going to go ahead and hook up the battery, and we'll kind of go from there. Run back up to the house and get a I don't know, is a little adapter for the welder. So I'm gonna hook all this back up here real quick. That way we can get the battery and stuff charging. Hopefully, this battery's been sitting here for a good while. Hopefully, by it sitting on the ground, I was told that it does run the batteries. Hopefully it's not run, because these things can be expensive. So on the Apex 300, you got 4 AC outputs, 120 volt up to 3,840 watts. That's what they're trying to do, is listening to the customers and trying to get more and make the unit smaller. But as you know, some people want to use the DC stuff, your USB-C and your USB-A and your cigarette lighter, so they're not going to leave it out. They made another attachment to attach on it because maybe you don't use it all the time. Maybe you just need it for the AC, and Blue Eddy got you fixed up, and I'll show you that after we get the welder plugged up. And that's another thing, it will pull this welder. This is the thing I went to get for the welder. If y'all remember the other day, I didn't have one, so I had to go back to town and get one. Go ahead and get this baby plugged in. And that was because I didn't actually have the top to it, but I do have one now. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this tip through here. I know a lot of people are gonna be really surprised that this will actually run a wire welder, and right now it is hooked up. It's not pulling no amps, but or it's not pulling any watts. So here in a second, when we get it all going, it will pull, and we'll zoom in there and show you how many watts it's actually pulling while we're welding it. So go ahead and zoom in there so they can see the watts. It should be pulling quite a bit of watts right now. All right, so I just really wanted to show y'all how much watts it will actually pull. And as you've seen, it's going to pull it. Now I'm gonna put my gloves on. Down here at the bottom, the gate, the other night, I just basically kind of tack welded it up there. It does need some work to go over it, so that's what we're gonna do now. And then we're charging that battery, and then hopefully that battery takes a charge. And after that, we'll hook that up and hopefully we can get our gate back going. All right, so that should definitely give it the strength that it needs. Like I said the other night, I just basically tacked it because I didn't have one of these here. I don't know what you call that. Drop it in the comment box if you know what that's called. But it makes it so much easier welding with one of these. All right, so that project's out of the way. We got that taken care of. And like I said, guys, there's not too many power banks that you could actually use to run one of these actual wire welders. And a lot of people really ask me, I was like, really, you can run one of them? Yes. My partner was the same way, Ben. He was like, you can actually run a wire welder with that? And I was like, yeah, sure can. So, you know, just don't get, I mean, as the video goes on, I'm gonna show you more and more throughout the day, but just don't get fixated that this is only for emergency situation. But, you know, one of the biggest deals is around here, we have tornadoes. We don't have hurricanes, but, you know, I got friends that live out by the ocean where they do get hurricanes and stuff. So I know when the tornadoes came through our area, a lot of friends reached out, family reached out, asking if we had any of these, and we did. We loaned several of them out to friends and family, and that way they didn't lose their meat and stuff. You know, my cousin was directly impacted in the tornado. It actually picked his house up. So, you know, it's just one of those deals. You don't ever expect it until you need it. And then it's like, man, I wished I would have got that. So, you know, one thing about it, if you have one of these and a hurricane or tornado comes through, or, you know, it's a snowstorm or ice storm, you don't know how long it's going to take before the electricity come back up. I know with the tornado over there, they had it back up in a day and a half, 2 days, I think, in spots. So that's pretty quick, but still, you would have lost everything in your freezers and stuff. We're going to continue letting this charge. I'll switch this one out, but we're going to let it charge while we run up here. And I think before we, I do want to get some of the mowing done, but I think before we do that, I need to finish the chicken coop and put the wire up so we can go ahead and transfer birds and get them separated, because they're getting to the point where they're able to lay eggs and stuff, and I do want to start separating them. Now, we're going to eat most of them right now because we're just not ready to start hatching, but you know, we do need to get another pen so we can actually start that, finish it out. We do have the metal to finish that coop out, but it's just like anything else, it just takes time. So let's go up there and start that, and then we'll probably get the mower out. And I do want to clean up over there where the kids actually play ball and practice over there. Just the animals aren't eating the brush. So let's go up here. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do, I did not get this finished the other day when we was down here. I either got called off or had to go do something. I didn't make it down here, and then I went on with the other project. So what we're going to do is go ahead and finish this, and after that I want to go ahead and try to get the lawnmower and start doing some cutting the grass and stuff, trying to get it a lot lower and just kind of clean up things, because a lot of that weeds and stuff, the animals ain't going to eat it. So that's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to get this baby hooked up in the Blue Eddy Apex 300. There we go. We got 98%. I'm going to turn the AC on. That should have, bam. You know, and that's, you know, that as I said earlier, a lot of times people get mixed up when, you know, we say these are home backup power generators. They are. If for some reason you need power around the farm, you can put this in the back of something and carry it and use it for your power throughout the farm as well. So. We're going to leave that hanging, and eventually when we bring our rock and stuff in here, that'll cover all that up. All right, now I gotta see if I can tighten it up this way. Let's see here. All right, guys, so I come in and get a drink, so I figured, hey, let's bring the Blue Eddy Apex 300 in here and show you that you can actually use it for the inside of the house for all your appliances or anything that you need to keep your food. That's the big deal about having one of these power banks, is actually being able to save your food. As you know, if you go out and buy groceries, you're going to spend at least $400 or $500, especially on meats, and you definitely need to protect it because, like I say, if it's, you know, here's the deal. If the power goes out a couple hours, you're okay. But if it goes out 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, you know, you're definitely going to need something, or your meat and stuff's going to spoil. So I'm going to show you here. Basically, we're going to hook up our actual ice box here. Get this. Go get the ice box running here, see how much it's actually pulling. Plugged in, ready to go. The compressor still hasn't, okay, now it's plugged in. Pulling about 182 output watts right now. So it kind of goes back and forth, but I do know one of the biggest things that we can actually pull is the, I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in, is the microwave. You know how much wattage it pulls. So if you don't know, a microwave pulls a lot of wattage, and let's go ahead and pull it in just to show you that the Blue Eddy Apex 300 is going to actually pull it. Look how many watts it's pulling right here. It's pulling 1200 watts, 1700 watts, 1800. And like I'm saying, it's showing right now we can run this microwave for 1.4 hours without it actually going off, but there's no need for you to ever run a microwave for hour and a half basically. So that's one of the things I wanted to bring it in here and demonstrate is, here's the deal. you definitely need something like this to run your appliances and stuff if the electric goes off. And I know a lot of people say, well, my electric's good, we never have outages and things like that. Well, it doesn't happen until it does happen, and then you don't know how long, and then we're calling the electric company. When's the electric going to be coming back on? So then you're trying to figure out ways to get your freezers and stuff going, or or just trying to move your food and stuff to someone that lives on the other side of town or something like that. So anyways, we're going to get back outside to work. I just want to come in here and show you it running the appliances. So we'll head back up. All right, guys, since we got the gate done now, look at them goats. They're running back down there. They heard me start the side by side up, so they think it's time to eat. We got the gate done, so I think what we're going to do now is I'm going to hop on the lawnmower, and as you see over there by the kids' batting cage and stuff, all this grass has grown up really, really tall, and the goats and stuff really don't eat it just because they got so much other stuff to eat. They would eat it if that was the only thing they had to eat, they would eat it, but they got everything else to eat. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put some gas in the lawnmower, and then we're going to mow that down and try to mow a few other spots over here, just things that has growed up, and just try to clean up a little bit. I know it's probably not the most important thing to do, but it just needs cleaned up and get stuff picked up, because once that grass and stuff grows so tall, things hide underneath it, you lose it. It is going to be a little dusty, but that's all right. We got to get it done. So, all right, it's been a little bit since I've actually used this thing, so I know it probably needs gas. Make sure it's gas. Not bad, not bad. All right, I'm gonna run over there and get a hat, and then we're gonna get to mowing. That's about the only time I wear hats, is when I'm mowing or if I'm cutting hay. That's a bad thing about grass growing up. Stuff gets hidden in it. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is, I got to looking under there. There is a lot of trash that is built up under here. As I pick it up more, you can see all the trash under there, which I haven't used this thing in a while. But I'm going to get some wrenches. We're going to go ahead and take those blades off, and we're going to sharpen them real quick. So I got one of those little deals, grinders that go that you can sharpen them with. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the side by side over here, and then try to find the right wrench and get it off. And that's just one of those things that I like about this Blue Eddy. You can use it for emergency situations, for your house to keep your appliances running. That way you don't lose your meat and stuff when the power goes out. And I know if you're like me, you're going to have power outages. And you know, 1 or 2 hours, your meat and stuff will probably be okay, but after 4 or 5 hours, it's going to start unthawing, and that's where this Blue Eddy Apex 300 is going to come in place. So I don't have an extension cord, but I've got to get down here and get this done. All right, guys, we're going to try this old Blue Eddy here. We're going to plug this baby in, turn it on. It's on, it's 100%. And one cool thing, like I say, this is all AC. Turn the AC on, you should be good to go. Let's see what direction I'm going. That's one thing I like about these Blue Eddies. You can use them not just for emergency situations, but you can use them for out in the field, or you know, vacation, out camping. Holy cow. Got one. Wow. That dude is on there. Oh, that shit broke.
Yep.
There we go. Now we talking. We got to get one more. One more and we are good. I'm gonna get back on this tire. It's pretty warm today. So I got the blades off. I'm gonna go ahead and sharpen them. We'll get them back on. I don't know if I'll finish mowing, but we're gonna get them back on. We're gonna go under there and get all that stuff cleaned out and get this baby ready to go. All right, guys, I'm gonna get this set up here, get this grinding wheel out and get everything going. But, I need to be charging this battery too while we're here. I got another battery. I know I charged the other one up there earlier, but I'm gonna try to keep a couple of them charged, because if we get a couple days of clouds, it's like these batteries run dead and they don't charge. So I'm gonna get these hooked up and charged while we're working on this. And then we're gonna get this grinding wheel hooked up. And I know I was out here recording earlier, and so I might already repeat. I don't want to repeat stuff, but if I do, I'm sorry. But one thing I like about this Blue Eddy Apex 300 is you don't just have to use this for emergency situations. As you see, we use this for everything. Around the farm, using it for certain things. I don't know if I'm going to get over there on the chicken pens today, because I didn't plan on having problems getting the blades off. All right, a little bit more before we actually start sharpening the blades. We're losing daylight. You can actually charge this in 65 minutes, 0 to 100. And not only that, you can actually hook up to 2,400 watts, a solar panel coming in. You got the silent, which would be 500 watts, or you can switch it to turbo and get 2,300 watts. You can also stack up to 3 units with this unit here. And each unit, you can stack up to 6 expansion batteries to each one. So that's a total, I think it gives 6. That'll be 18 expansion batteries you can hook it up to, which, with that being said, you can also run the smart hub with this unit as well, the Apex 300. So there's so much you can actually do with this that a lot of people don't know until you really get in there and start doing research. Blue Eddy has really thought this out, which I like the fact that they just put the AC on here. As you see, there is no DC outputs on this unit. But Blue Eddy is not just gonna leave you hanging in the dark. They actually got an adapter here that has your DC. You have 2 cigarette lighter plug-ins, 24 watt, 5 amps. And then you got your USB-A, which there's 2 plug-ins, and that's gonna be 15 watts. and then you got a USB-C 100 watts times 2. So with this here, what this is made, they've even got a little clamp here that you hold it, so it'll be on the side. It's still with it. It's hard doing this without a camera person, but you can actually take this and plug it in over here on the side and actually put it in the lock mode, and then now you can actually run the DC over here on the side. So they've also added a high amperage DC output here, so that does both. It'll do 12 volt at 50 amps, or you can actually do 24 volt at 25 amps. And that's so if you have a fuse box in your RV or your van or whatever you're using for high voltage, Blue Eddy actually thought of that as well. So we'll continue telling you a little bit more about it, but I want to finish getting this sharpened. I don't want this just to sit back and make it a long drug out deal. I want to kind of explain it as I go. So got my handy dandy glasses. Got a glass, woo, that kind of brightened everything up. So these blades haven't been sharpened in a long time, but we're going to get them sharpened now. Turn this baby on. Oh, I guess you got to plug it up first, huh? And like I say, I use my power banks outside the inside. I use them where I need them. If I want to take them down to the creek, I'll take them to the creek. If I want to take them on vacation, I take them on vacation. If I want to take them to ball games, I take them to ball games. Here we go. Yeah, this blade has definitely seen some better days, but we're going to try to get a little bit more life out of it. All right, I'm gonna get down here and get these other blades, but while I'm down here, I'm gonna clean it out real quick. All right, guys, as you see, we got a bunch of junk here that's got around this. I don't know how long this has been here, but it's been there a minute. Like I say, we're losing daylight, but there it is. Look at that. Oh, string wrapped up good. There it is. It's all cleaned out now. So we'll get them sharpened up and they'll be good to go. I don't know how much more y'all get to see, but it's getting dark. Obviously ain't gonna get a finished mowing. So we will probably have to pick back up on this tomorrow, but we're gonna finish this out here and we'll probably see you on the morning. All right, good morning, guys. We're gonna go ahead and raise this back up and finish sharpening the blades. I let it down because I just didn't want it to stay up all night when the animals get under there. But we're gonna go ahead and, actually I'm gonna finish sharpening the blades and then we'll do that. All right, so we got all of them now. All right, as you can see, it's got 85% now, and that's from operating it at the gate last night, operating the chicken coop, and then sharpening all the blades, using the impact, and not only that, even taking it into the house. So, like I said, you can use this Blue Eddy Apex 300 just about for anything that you choose. You can take it anywhere you want, and you know, I just think one of the big deals I like is, for instance, they have all the AC here. And like I showed y'all last night, recording 2 different days, you do kind of forget about the things that you said, but you know, they did they did put an add-on here that if you do want the DC stuff, the USB-A and USB-C and the cigarette lighter, you can actually attach it over here to the side. So anyways, let's go ahead and pick this up and put the blades on, and then we'll probably get back, try to do a little bit of mowing. All right, guys, that's another thing is when you need it, you can just put it right here on the ground, and it works just as fine if it was on the side by side. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of this mowed before we have to, me and Steph's got a meeting today. So I'm gonna try to get this down and get a little bit mowed, and then we're gonna have to leave for a little while. All right, let's go see if this baby will mow. All right, guys, here we go. Let's see if it'll cut. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, hey, that looked pretty good. It cut really good. Now, there was a lot of sticks in it, but that's the whole deal. The point of us actually getting this all cut down is so we can actually see what's underneath it now, so we can keep all the sticks, rocks, toys, balls like that. We get a lot of the softballs and baseballs. Unfortunately, the grass gets tall and the kids just run over it, but it's just one of those deals. Now, there was one thing I found over here behind the old unit as I was mowing. So I'm gonna take you over there and show you that real quick. All right, so as I was mowing, all that back here, I come around this corner here, look at the goats. I guess they think somebody's hollering for them. Well, y'all are wrong, it's not dinner time. This is what I found. I found a little nest of eggs here. One of them's actually laying. So I'm gonna try to keep an eye out and see which actual hen is laying them. Like I said, a lot of them starting to lay, which is kind of weird because it's starting to get cold. Look, here they come. They just rolling on up, saying rolling, rolling, rolling. Y'all hungry? So I went ahead and let them go to the back. And the reason why I did that is the donkeys are back there with them. So the donkeys ain't gonna let anything hurt them from what I've read and stuff. So I think they'll do good, which all of them's actually coming up now. But here's the deal, put a round bale a little too close to the pen, they got out. So, But anyways, this is the Apex, Blue Eddy Apex 300. Guys, I'm going to leave a link down in the description box. Like I said, you know, these are definitely great for hurricanes, tornadoes, any type of bad weather. You're going to lose power. So especially, you know, if you got grandma, mom, or somebody that is on oxygen machines or CPAP machines, or, you know, they actually do dialysis machines throughout the night as well. So if you got one of these, you can actually do that without having to worry about losing power and your family members not breathing and stuff like that, because my grandma and my mom was actually on oxygen machines, and it's definitely scary when they you know, especially when they have COPD and they start having a panic attack. That is definitely scary. If you've never experienced it, I hope you never have to. So I'm going to leave a link down in the description box. Go click on that link and go pick one that fits you. And guys, we want to thank each and every one of y'all for watching and supporting our channel. Also, Blue Eddy, thank you so much for supporting our channel by sponsoring it. We just greatly appreciate everybody's love and appreciation for our family and farm. Hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.